Um, I think lots of you have been working really hard, and I'm conscious of the fact all the pieces of work I've been setting you have all been quite, they've all been ones that you've had to upload and stuff, which you've had to in order for me to be able to mark them. So that I just want to give you a bit of a, I just want to give you a bit of a break from that in a way. So I still want to do the live lesson part, but I quite like the actual homework that you do. So the work following this lesson just to be on Hegarty Maths. Now that's got several benefits. Firstly, obviously they have videos, so it gives you another opportunity to have somebody else explaining it to you if you haven't quite figured out what's going on. Obviously, from my point of view, it marks it automatically, which is great. Okay, and also from your point of view, that's also good because I can then go and upload that mark. I can see it on Hegarty, then I'm going to transfer that mark across onto my Teams stuff. So I can easily get that mark up even if you haven't had an opportunity to upload your workings. Now, I'm still going to carry on every time setting up via assignments. I'm going to be setting up a page. So it would be super if you could carry on uploading your Hegarty workings onto the appropriate page. Now, lots of you are getting really good at that, but just to remind you, that's in class notebook, then on homework, and then you don't go and create your own page. You go and have a look at what pages are available, and you'll see that there's a new page ready for today's work called 17.4 estimating of mean from group data or something, and then it says Hegarty in brackets. Okay, so I will automatically move your mark across onto that page, allowing me to leave you a comment and what have you. But then, as I said, if you can upload your workings, I'd really like to see them. So just to remind you how Hegarty works, you go and Google Hegarty Maths and get to the login page, and the first thing it prompts you to do is to find your school. Now, because there are loads of King's schools all over the country, it's best to just start writing in Gloucester, and you will see that you get this prompt here. You get this prompt for the King's School. So choose the King's School Gloucester, and then you've just got to enter your first name, last name, and date of birth. Now, if you find you're not getting past that option, it's possible that the school has popped in your wrong date of birth. I've noticed that's happened for a few kids. So if you're finding you can't get past that screen, just let me know, just message me on Teams, and I'll let you know what date of birth the school have put in. And even if that's not your correct date of birth, you can just copy that and it will allow you in. Now, you've obviously then got to go and put your password in. If you've forgotten your password, not to worry, just go and message me and I will reset your password. I can just do that in seconds. So I'm expecting that to be the case with quite a few of you because we haven't done Hegarty for a little while. So just when this little bit of recording is over and you go off to do the work, if you can't log in, no big deal, just say, please can you reset my password, and I will do that straight away. And I will be keeping an eye out to do that because I'm anticipating that happening to quite a few of you. Okay, so the idea today is I want to it's more of the same. It's just going to be some more questions on working out the mean average from group data. Because it's a difficult topic, it's an important topic, and if you can do it, so it'll be our final lesson on it. We're going to move on to something new tomorrow, but I just thought it was worth another go at it. But as I said, I just wanted to take the pressure off of you having to upload yet another assignment for me to chase and what have you. This, you just do the questions, you get your mark on Hegarty Maths, and you know that mark's going to filter straight into my remote mark book. So. This is an example of how the questions will look. You're going to be doing task number 418, please, just 418. If you've got any other Hegarty Maths exercises outstanding, just ignore them. I just want you to do 418, please. Now, I have gone and set it up properly. It should say it's all there ready and waiting for you to do, but I've noticed that it's being very slow to upload at the moment, anything that teachers are putting in. And I guess that's because so many kids across the country are using it. So if it's not set, if you haven't been set the task 418, I still want you to do it anyway. So you're just going to have to go and search for 418 and just do the exercise anyway, whether or not it's prompting you to do so. So 418, okay? So this is just one of the questions I've run off just so you can see how he sets it out. and then I just want to run you through one just to remind you. Okay, so what we're saying is some people took part in a game. The frequency shows information about their scores. So 14 people scored between 1 and 7, 8 scored between 8 and 10, and so on. And as you know, we don't know how many marks those 14 people got. So the best we can do is take an estimate, and we want to take the midpoint of 1 and 7. Now, I'm not sure if I've really emphasized this before. If you want to work out the midpoint, it's just the average of the two numbers. Now, how do you work out the average? Well, you add them together and divide by 2. So how did I know the midpoint was 4? I did 1 plus 7, which is 8, and then halve that to get 4. So down here, when I've worked out the midpoint of 21 and 30, for example, I've done 21 add 30 equals 51, and halve that to get my 25.5. So just make sure you're clear. You get the midpoint by averaging the scores. So that's where my midpoint came from. And as you know, we then go on just using those midpoints. So we're going to say that those 14 people scored exactly 4 in the game. 14 times 4 is 56. We're going to say that these 8 people scored exactly the midpoint of 9 in the game. 8 9s is 72, and so on. So we cross multiply, we add up those subtotals to get a total score of 1811. Now, we've then got to divide that by the number of people who took part in the game. Now, if the question doesn't tell you how many people took part in the game, you've got to go and add up the frequencies to work out how many people there are. There are 14 people there, 8 people there, 12 people there, and so on. So you add up those numbers of people to get a total of 88 people. So I do 1811 divided by 88 to get 20.5795 ... Read the question, and it's asking us to give our answers rounded to 2 decimal places, so that's 20.58. And I expect all the questions would just be similar to that. Okay, so just to recap then, you're only going to be doing Hegarty Maths number 418. Okay, so you can make some notes if you like, that would be lovely. You can watch the video if you like, that would be lovely. But the key bit is you get the exercise done. I can then take your result off Hegarty Maths, and you know there's going to be no excuses for people saying, "Oh, I just can't upload it" or anything. I can look across at Hegarty Maths and see your score. I'm really hoping that lots of you do still choose to upload your workings. Okay, and again, lots of you got really good at that. Okay, so just to remind you, you go class notebook, you take the homework tab, and over here you will see you've got all the pages waiting for you. Now, at the time of me snapshotting the screen, it wasn't there yet, but you're going to have another 17.4 there saying estimating mean Hegarty. Once you've clicked on that page, you've got to go over to the page itself, double click on it quite a long way down to open up this rectangle thing, and then you can choose from the insert options. You go insert file if it's something you've scanned and it's PDF or Word documents, but you take the picture option if it's a JPEG. Now, lots of you are getting good at that. So if you can scan your work in, that would be super. Okay, so that's it, guys. So I'm hoping what I'm going to do, I'll be keeping a really close eye on posts. Okay, I'm expecting lots of you to be struggling to log in. So if you've forgotten your passwords and what have you, let me know. And then I'll also be keeping a close eye on Hegarty Maths. And as you start completing your work, I'll be transferring the scores that you've got across to assignments. Okay, guys, thanks for so many of you tuning in. All right, I'm just going to stop the recording.